our most inventive and creative when we step away from the safe side of life. Now, luckily for us fans of all things fermented, today's creative, thirsty thinkers are turning their delicious dreams into tasty reality.
First up, I'm getting my feet dirty at Ash Ridge Vineyard. Then we explore the Disneyland of craft beer being built from the ground up. And we check the unusual fermentation vessels at Ant's place.
It's like a big flower pot, basically.
It's going to be thirsty work, people, but someone's got to do it. In Hawke's Bay, there are a number of quite different wine subregions that are defined by soil type. And nestled into the corner of an area known as the Bridgepath Triangle is a little winery that's won the coveted title of Winery of the Year not once, but twice. Now that means they've had the highest tally of medals for their wines across the board at the Hawke's Bay Regional Wine Awards. And that's no mean feat when you see the size of the operation here. So being this small but this successful must mean there's something quite creative going on.
So the fruit here, that'll end up being reserve Syrah, possibly?
Well, the whole block is our Syrah block, and what we do is we pick all at different times. This is the old riverbed of the Narrororo River. So there are different little pieces of silt all the way through. So different parts of the block ripen at different periods. So we'll go through and pick it maybe 5 times, and they'll all get fermented separately. Then at the end of the day, we will blend up to make the different tiers of grapes and wine.
They're quite amazing bunches, aren't they? They're quite compact.
Quite compact, quite
really
small
pretty
bunches, quite small berries, but really, really sweet and beautiful flavours. At the end of the day, we are flavour farmers. That's what we are. And what we're looking for is those beautiful, rich flavours that we get in Syrah, and taking those flavours and putting them in a bottle of wine.
Man, that's aromatic. It's like peppercorns and violets and plum and berry.
So in this vineyard, we have 2 different what we call clones, 2 different types of Syrah. The clone right here is Chave, which is from the Rhone Valley, the original home of Syrah. This clone gives those really beautiful aromatics. Real floral notes, violets on the nose, and then down by the windmill behind us, we have the mass selection clone. That's a little bit more muscular, more of that pepper character coming through.
It's very soft and plump and velvety.
So one of the characters here, this is the Bridgepath Triangle. So these are the older soils of the Narrororo River, about 10,000 years old. So we've got about 40 centimetres of silt over free draining red metal.
Right.
And we find that that gives those beautiful, elegant characters to this wine.
When you drink your own wine, do you just do you pinch yourself? Do you think, God, this is mine, I did this?
To a degree, yes. I think when you drink a wine like this and when you put so much effort into making it, you're probably going back to what you did during the season and why does it taste the way it does.
Right, you analyse it, you get really into that?
No, well, that's the first glass. After that, you just enjoy it.
Right now, it's all hands on deck at Ash Ridge because the premium Chardonnay grapes are all coming off the vines. And the person in charge of all the wines here is Lauren. And with her trusty vineyard dog Tina, Lauren has a handle on everything that happens here, every step of the way.
It's amazing you've managed to bring it in a Chardonnay like this. It's nice and dry because everywhere around Ash Ridge it is hosing down with rain today.
And for it we get grapefruit.
So what are you going to do with the Chardonnay that you've got here?
Foot crush this before we put it into the press. I'm just trying out a new technique. It's what I like to do with my Chardonnay every year, do some different things. So it just so happens that you're here to help out with that, so it's great.
Seriously?
Okay.
You don't mean to foot-stomp your grapes?
We're going to take the shoes off, we're going to sanitise the feet, and then you're actually going to get in there.
Actually, feels really nice.
Feels good, eh?
Yeah.
This is what we do for making good wine.
What's so good about foot stomping?
So this is a lot gentler, and how we've always got all the stems in here too, it means the free run of the juice when it's in the press can just drain out really easily. So we're just doing this to get a little bit of skin and juice contact.
I can feel, you can seriously feel all the juice just going out underneath your feet.
And look at that, you've already crushed down nearly half of it there.
Yeah, well, I'm no lightweight, Lauren.
So these grapes that I've stomped may very well end up in next year's bottle of Vintners Reserve Chardonnay.
Fully barrel fermented all of our batches. And then this one here is our top 9 barrels out of all of our Chardonnay barrels. So it's about 40 that we'll do.
Is it the barrels that give it the golden colour? Is it that oak that does that, or?
Yeah, and also just how I treat the wines. It's not going to just oxidise really quickly because I've done all of that as early on.
Wow, so awesome, it's beautiful.
What we're looking for is real textural, so juicy mid-palate, but then that fresh acidity for aging as well.
You know, you've harnessed the acidity and there's so much texturally going on because of all the things that you've done. It's really fresh and it's just kind of going ping, ping, ping all around my palate.
And that's what I'm wanting with our wine. So every year I'm trying to craft that by bringing in fruit at different times, doing different fermentation techniques, things like that, to give me all these complexing options.
So where did you learn all the techniques that you throw at your wine?
It's a lot of the creativity, not actually from the books. You can't learn that sort of stuff. Drinking lots of wine, talking to people, and just thinking about what do I need to make this wine better. Every year I'm trying to do something new to create that interest and keep it there. So.
Well, you're clearly doing something well because you won Young Winemaker of the Year.
Yeah, it was a stiff competition for sure.
What kinds of things did you have to do?
There was wine blending, there was marketing as well, so you had to pitch your wine to a panel of people.
Wow.
Also like cellar techniques and working out all your calculations, fault finding, general knowledge, just stuff like that. And because of my role here, I have such a unique opportunity that a lot of them don't.
And that you do everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done.
Thank
that is
you.
Brilliant.
Traditionally, harvest dinners are Chris's wife Sonia's domain, and her lasagna is famous amongst the Ash Ridge team. So everyone, including me, gets to share some, as well as sampling some other Ash Ridge wines.
So was that your first time stomping grapes this morning?
My first time? No, I'm a seasoned pro when it comes to stomping grapes. Can you tell? My very coordinated effort. Sonia, this lasagna looks amazing.
You're welcome, thank you.
What have you done to it?
Cooked it.
Cheers to that, well done.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, fantastic. Here's to a happy, healthy harvest.
Coming up, we visit a craft brewing Disneyland in Dunedin.
It's really important to make sure you've got the right shaped glass for the right style of wine. Make sure for red wine you've got a glass that's got a nice fat bowl at the bottom so you can give it a good swirl because it needs more oxygen than other kinds of wines to release the aromas and flavours. For your sparkling wine, something that's really tall and narrow that's going to keep those aromas right in the top where your nose wants to be. Yum, you're going to catch all those bread crust and nutty notes and rising dough characters that are so important in good sparkling wine. So what about things like Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling and Viognier and Pinot Gris and those styles of white wines? A glass like this serves the purpose. You've got enough of a bowl in the bottom to give it a good swirl, but nice high sides is what you need to capture the herbs and the citrus and all those good things. If you serve this in a stumpy little glass like this, you're not going to get anything. It's going to taste boring. And that's the last thing you want now, isn't it?
If it's possible for one man to be responsible for the rapid rise of a craft brewing culture in this country, it would be Richard Emerson. Since beginning his beer career making home brews in his mum's kitchen back in the 80s, Emerson's popularity has seen them move premises 3 times. And he's gone from being a one-man band to having a busy staff of 12 and producing close to 1 million litres of beer every year.
I've got a beer that I want you to try. We've made a new batch of Mouth Gold.
It's an old beer.
Yeah, it's an archive beer.
Richard first made this beer 8 years ago, using a classic English malt called Marist Otter to brew a golden beer instead of the normal pale ale. And then he added a mix of hops to make it light and bright and zingy. He's making it especially for the local market to celebrate the new brewery, and he's calling it Marist Gold.
The bubbles are tiny.
Oh, yeah.
They're really tiny.
But you smell
It's quite biscuity.
quite a hoppy aroma.
And hoppy, yeah.
We've used a lot of mix of New Zealand and American hops in there.
really crisp and clean and bright.
It's a good time anyway.
Yeah, here's to Maris Gold.
So I love beer, you know. First tasted Richard's beers years ago, and there was nothing quite like them on the market then. And I guess the creativity and the control, I love that about brewing.
It's like a wee family. Everyone's got it on the same page and was a kid for a good time and work hard at the same time. We get to play around with different hops, different malts, and just trying different things all the time. It's great.
Incredibly, the brewing team are managing to keep the beer coming even though the brewery building is still under construction. And being in the middle of a busy construction zone certainly hasn't slowed Richard Emerson down.
The windows there will let people look at what the boys are doing.
So people will be able to see the bottling line in
see what
action.
the boys are doing.
Okay.
And we've got the warehouse here. And here we've got our cake cleaning filling.
Yep.
That is 70% of our output at the moment. Once you've got beer off tap, you can't ever let the tap run dry. Look at the wonderful part of my favourite part, the floor.
The floor is outrageous.
And we've got the Jarrett railway sleepers here.
Jarrah
And there's the
sleepers.
rail.
So it's a railway line that's running through
the
your
an abstract railway line.
Because the railway line is actually on the other side of the
I'm allowed
brewery.
to have a little bit of train choo-choo in the building. And
very
also
cool.
it will let people look towards the workshop brewery, where people could see the 1200 litre brewery and things.
All right.
By having a separate whirlpool, we could shorten the brewing day, bring more efficient, and then work towards brewing around the clock.
Right. So you can do 24/7 brewing.
We will eventually.
This is the thing, I can't believe you're actually brewing in the middle of all of this construction.
Oh, it's been a nightmare for the boys. We've been brewing for 3 weeks now, and the boys have had a hard time working with the tradesmen. Going everywhere, it's all grinded going on. You can even hear the beeping going on in the
So
background.
it's chaos.
I might be deaf, but I can hear the fucking beeping. But it's got to be so good when it's finished.
And when it's finished, there'll be an amazing tasting room where you can try lots of food and beer matches and all sorts of other taste mixes and sensations. And that's something that Richard is utterly passionate about.
I've got my favourite match. I've got beer, cheese, and whiskey. This is our lovely bird dog. But Jim's done a lot of hard work. He can explain about the hops.
Cheers.
Basically gets 3 huge additions. So we're just always fine-tuning it and trying to figure out how we can layer on more hop flavour. So
I mean, it's massively hoppy, but it's kind of creamy and beautiful to drink.
Lovely flavoured, creamy. But have a wee taste of the whiskey.
Okay. Beer and whiskey together.
And the whiskey goes in the background and emphasises the hops. And it matters about the bitterness.
Wow.
But now,
Okay.
I'm going to have the cheese. Oh,
So this is a tasty aged cheddar with a piece of pear.
I'm going to have it with the beer. Wow.
Oh, yum. No, it's so good.
What I like about this, it's a wonderful threesome that you can enjoy in the privacy of your own home.
you're selling it.
So while the restaurant is still a work in progress, Richard and his team have converted a classic Mini Cooper into a mobile tasting room.
The great thing about getting the money was I want to showcase where I have been in the early days of doing the home brew, and the boat can only hold 2 supper crates. So with a bit of Kiwi ingenuity, I was able to take the passenger seat out and then put 15 dozen inside the car. And that was the ideal way of moving my home brew around town to my parents' place and things like that. And that's why the Mini had so much charm. And hey, presto, we have a mini bar. Last order.
Thank you. It's been so interesting coming here and seeing a brewery being built from the ground up. Cheers, guys. Here's to building a brand new brewery. Fabulous.
Coming up, we meet a man making wine in a massive flower pot. If in the last 20 years you've tasted wines from the likes of Framingham, Spy Valley, Mudhouse, Dry River, Kidnapper Cliffs or Tiawa, chances are you could have tasted a little bit of Aunt Mackenzie's talent. As well as some serious skills, he's also the possessor of a creative brain that's not afraid to try new things.
Left you with about 24 buds and a couple of replacement spurs.
Oh yeah, sweet.
And lately, he's been working on something solo and super special.
Bit of a brisk morning for it, Ant.
Yeah, it's freezing, isn't it?
I know, it's still got the hands in the pockets. Far out, you've got a fair bit to do.
Yeah, there's about 5,000 vines here, but yeah, it should keep me going till next winter.
I was going to say till lunchtime.
So we planted this vineyard in 2010 and yeah, the first wines were released last year. So where we are here is actually on the banks of the Karamu stream, which used to be the main channel of the Narrowara River. And so what this site is lovely sandy, silty soils, which is just perfect for Gewürztraminer. So
excellent.
So that's what we're here pruning now. So
It's just Gewürztraminer growing here?
no, we have a few other things. We've got Muscat Petit Grands, which is the other famous Alsatian variety. We know about Pinot Gris, Riesling and Gewürz, but the fourth sort of leg to that stool is Muscat Petit Grands. So I've got some of that. And we've got a little bit of Chardonnay, and my Tonio Albarino is grown here as well. So
fantastic.
Yeah, so can't drink Gewürz all the time.
Well, you could. Are you just loving it?
It's hard not to be inspired, you know, in the shadow of Tomato Peak, where, you know, beside a river here, beautiful trees, the house is right there, so it's, yeah,
I hate
it's awesome.
you.
Ant makes 3 ranges of wine under his Aunt Mackenzie Wines name. The Spanish varieties are in the Tonio range. Theory and practice covers special fruit collected from all over the country, while Craft Farm covers the wines that he grows beside his home and around Hawke's Bay.
Right. Gewürztraminer under cork isn't something you see every day. Quite like these glasses, but I don't like my chances of swirling without it flopping over the edge.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the challenges of renovating, I guess. Yeah, all of our gear's in a container. So these are the hardcore glasses from the caravan.
They still make the wine smell fantastic, though.
They do, yeah. It's pretty good, isn't it? I like the apricots. I like the peach. I love the little bit of spice.
And there's a little bit of passion fruit in there, which I don't normally get in Gewürztraminer.
You know, for me, the richness of Gewürz on the palate, I mean...
And there's a musky character to it, which I really like as well. And there's that ginger and musk, and it's got all the hallmarks like lychee and, you know, Turkish delight, but they're all just really nicely balanced. There's nothing kind of sticking out or elbowing its way ahead of the others.
Yeah, this is our first vintage of the Craft Farm Gewürztraminer, so really we weren't sure what we were going to get. And I must say we're pretty happy with what we've ended up with. So we looked to source as many different clonal selections of Gewürztraminer as possible.
So did you get them from like one nursery or a bunch of different places?
Quite a few of them were from budwood that I grafted up and harvested at Dry River. And then some of them were from sort of ends of lines, if you like.
So you literally have a fruit salad of Gewürztraminer in your vineyard?
Yeah, and they each contribute something different. You know, the idea with a single site wine is that it can't be reproduced by anybody else.
Can I ask you, why did more people not drink Gewürz?
I think I've just about met everybody that loves Gewürz in the whole country. I think it's great that it's a niche product. Those that love it absolutely love it. Those that care about it, grow it, make it and enjoy drinking it.
Cheers.
I'm Neil Kay from Alchemy Wines. Aunt Mackenzie is our winemaker and has been for the last 4 years. I do trust them a lot, actually. I mean, proof's in the pudding sometimes as well. I mean, since we've been working with Ant, all of our wines have medalled at every show we've entered. So it's, you know, he's always delivered.
Ant makes his wines at a local Havelock North winery, where alongside the usual tanks and barrels, he utilises some less common equipment to ferment his grape juice.
This thing is amazing. What is it?
It's called a tinaja, and it's a Spanish fermentation vessel. We've imported those from Spain to ferment our Albarino and as a point of difference and to give it different flavours. And yeah, we're excited.
So but you've never used them before. You just decided to bring them in.
Absolutely.
And have a crack at it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, wine tastes the way it tastes because of where it's grown, but also how you make it. So how it's fermented, the vessels that it's fermented in, all contribute something to the flavour of the wine. I'm hoping it will introduce a sort of mineral nuance as well, and earthy nuance.
Now these babies are brand new, obviously.
Yep.
What are they?
These are called Fuder.
Fuder?
F-U-D-E-R. So they're around about 5 times bigger than a normal barrique.
And what's inside here?
This is Pinot Gris.
That nashi character, eh? Nashi and kind of powdery, like a cornflower. It's quite different. It's not your average Pinot Gris.
2/3 of the volume is actually in a stainless steel tank. So that's where the sort of fresher, fruity sort of characters come from.
Right, and then you'll blend in.
And then we'll blend these two.
I get it. I totally get that. So if you're doing a Spanish wine range, what food would you pair with it? In Ant's case, if he wants perfect food matches, all he has to do is ask his neighbours. All right.
Okay, so we've got the Rosado, we've got the Albarino.
I'm going to have Rosado.
We've got Tempranillo, we've got Moscatel, so we've got Rob's salamis, with the Hohepa cheeses, Village Press olive oil, Murray's fig products.
So why do you reckon Hawke's Bay is so good for these Spanish varieties?
Mediterranean climate. It really suits themselves to making these wines.
Now tell me about Toño. I mean, where does that name come from?
I did a couple of vintages in Spain when I was a younger man, and the cellar hands over there called me Toño. So this is the sort of nickname or the shortened version of Antonio.
Su vino me hace sentir español.
Salud.
And that.
Muy bueno.
Muy bueno. All right, everyone. Cheers.
Salud.
Salud.